understand what it's like to want to go on a weight loss journey and understand how to do it. And a big part of going on a weight loss journey is developing healthy habits and new disciplines. Intermittent fasting can be very beneficial when you are on a weight loss journey, not because you are going to be giving your body a break, but it can also help you accelerate your weight loss and fat burning. From my own personal experience, I did figure out how to burn fat faster when you are intermittent fasting, specifically while you are doing the 16 to 8 intermittent fasting method. When I was on my weight loss journey, I did intermittent fast to achieve my results. So today I am going to talk to you specifically about how you can burn fat faster while you are trying to follow the 16 to 8 intermittent fasting method. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Here we are again today with another video. If you are new to my channel and you don't know my story, I lost a total of 130 pounds by doing keto, intermittent fasting, and exercising in a fasted state. And one of the main things that I do talk about is intermittent fasting. Before I went on my weight loss journey, I had no idea what intermittent fasting was. I definitely did not know how to do it. And with this YouTube channel, I did discover that a lot of people don't really understand how weight loss works, especially how intermittent fasting works either. So I'm here to help you guys today with your intermittent fasting problems and to tell you how to specifically burn fat faster with intermittent fasting. I have tried all the types of different intermittent fasting methods that there are, but today we are specifically going to be talking about the 16 to 8 intermittent fasting method. And this fasting method specifically is where you eat from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then after 7 p.m. you don't eat anything else. The 16 to 8 intermittent fasting method is the most basic intermittent fasting method that you can do, and this is because this process called cell autophagy, and I will get into that more in a few minutes, but this cellular mechanism only takes place after 8 hours of you not eating anything. The reason why the 16 to 8 intermittent fasting method is the most basic and we can't burn fat before 8 hours is because whenever we eat anything, regardless if we eat sugar or if we're just eating regular fat, if you're on the keto diet, if you're a vegan, it doesn't matter what you're eating. You have to wait 8 hours because we have to wait for our insulin to come down. High insulin is usually the reason why people cannot lose weight. It is a regulatory hormone and we have to lower it to be able to function properly. Insulin is the main hormone that goes into regulating our blood sugar. Fasting is nothing new. Tons of people talk about fasting and it is usually practiced along with any type of weight loss journey. The reason why we fast in the first place is to get our body into a state of ketosis. Ketosis is our natural fat burning state that we have. Our body does have different cellular mechanisms that it undergoes depending on what you eat and what you do, especially along with exercising. So if you are eating sugar, the process in metabolizing sugar is completely different, whereas if you weren't eating sugar like the ketogenic diet. Another reason why you may want to intermittent fast is to have this process happen called cell autophagy. And cell autophagy is a natural process that happens when you sleep and it happens when you get sick. This process happens every single day inside of your body, but it can speed up if you do intermittent fast, and this is because eating is a very complex process, and on top of that, eating is entirely hormonal. So if we don't eat as much, it allows our body to focus on what it needs to, aka inflammation, and any type of fat is inflammation. This is why intermittent fasting is so beneficial when you are trying to go on a weight loss journey, because all of these natural processes that are already happening in your body definitely speed up when you are intermittent fasting versus when you are not. I just want to make it very clear that these are natural processes. This happens all the time within your body, but you can speed it up the longer that you fast. This is completely safe and natural, and we are not tricking our body. We're not doing anything that our body can't usually do. The reason why we don't burn fat all of the time or these processes don't happen as much as we like to when we are regularly eating is because the more that you eat, the less this happens. You have to intermittent fast and you have to lower your insulin to be able to burn fat faster. So these are scientifically proven things to allow you to burn fat faster while you are intermittent fasting. In addition to that, when I was on my weight loss journey where I lost 100 pounds in only 4 months, I did follow these things while in an intermittent fasted state, and it did allow me to accelerate my weight loss. Now, I just want to say that if you are trying to lose weight, you do not have to lose it very quickly. I don't want anyone to try to hurt themselves or try to overexert themselves. Do it at your own pace, but these are just some helpful natural tips. The first thing that you can do to burn fat faster when you are doing the 16 to 8 intermittent fasting method is by drinking green tea or coffee. And this is because green tea and coffee are about 95 to 99% water, which is really great because our bodies are 70% water and we need water to function. We cannot do anything properly if we are dehydrated. Water is the one thing we need even if we are fasting. And on top of that, green tea and coffee naturally have more caffeine in them. And if you drink caffeine, it will trigger your stress hormones, but it also speeds up your metabolism. This is why people usually drink black coffee in the morning, and people advise not to drink coffee after 5 p.m. because yes, it does speed up your metabolism, but it could also stress you out because caffeine is a stressor. But if you are just waking up first thing in the morning and you are trying to exercise or go for a run or something of that nature, it would be perfect for you to have coffee as some type of pre-workout instead of eating regular pre-workout. Pre-workout usually has calories in it and it is usually used as a meal replacement. So if you are using coffee, it allows you not to break your fast, and on top of that, it allows you to speed up your metabolism and only have that caffeine as a stressor during a workout, which is a stressful activity. The next thing that you can do to burn fat faster when you are 16 to 8 intermittent fasting is exercising in a fasted state. So usually if we are trying to go on a weight loss journey, it is heavily recommended that we do intermittent fast just in general because eating is very complex and hard on our bodies. But when you do exercise fasted, this fat burning state also speeds up, and this is because when we are exercising, we're automatically burning calories. If you go ahead and you eat right before your workout, usually the calories that you consumed are going to be the initial calories that you burn during your workout. Whereas if you exercise in an intermittent fasted state, you're going to be burning your body fat because your body doesn't have any calories to run off of. Our fat cells are just stored nutrients, they're just stored energy. So this is where the fat burning takes place in. Also, if you exercise in the morning, you're already naturally in a state of ketosis because cell autophagy and ketosis takes place after 8 hours of fasting because our blood sugar is going down. So if we're already in ketosis and we exercise while we're in ketosis, it does allow us to burn fat faster. People refer to weight loss or trying to get rid of any fat as burning fat or burning calories because our body has a certain temperature, and this is just basic chemistry. Our body takes a certain amount of heat to be able to burn off a certain amount of calorie, and a calorie is just a measurement of heat. The next thing that you can do while 16 to 8 intermittent fasting for you to be able to burn fat faster is by staying away from sugar and carbs. Now, I say stay away from sugar and carbs because, as I mentioned throughout this video, the reason why fasting works so well is because we have to wait for our insulin to lower. So the reason why our insulin gets out of control is because of the processed nature of what we're eating, and on top of that, of the sugar that we're eating. If we're eating too much sugar, it will not allow our body to burn fat. Natural sugar is definitely different than processed sugar, and the only reason why they are different is because of the processed nature of what you are eating. So if we eat any type of white sugar, any type of processed sugar, even if it's in regular food, this can stall our weight loss. Sugar is one of the main things that allows our insulin to get out of control. In addition to that, processed carbs can also allow you to not burn fat faster when you are intermittent fasting because anything that is processed is going to be bad for you. Anything that has no nutritional benefit to it that you consume and that our body can't do with is essentially going to be stored. Another way that you can burn fat faster when you are 16 to 8 intermittent fasting is by doing HIIT, which is high intense interval training. So this is basically when you are most likely intermittent fasting and you do different routines while you are working out. And the reason you do this is because when you are on a weight loss journey, naturally you're getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Your metabolism is changing, your body composition is changing, and because it is becoming different, you have to do different things, and especially different workout routines depending on what size your body is at. The level of intensity that you have to do, for example, if you are 300 pounds, is going to be different than what you have to do versus if you are 150 pounds. For instance, my workout routine continuously changed while I was on my weight loss journey. First, I was swimming, and then I was doing cardio, and then I went to muscle building. It really depends on you and your own body and what you can naturally handle. Also, if you are losing weight, most likely you are becoming more fit, which means your level of endurance and your stamina is going to differ. So you have to adjust while you are losing weight. And the last thing that can help you burn fat faster when you are intermittent fasting is by remaining active throughout the entire day. The reason why people take longer on their weight loss journey than usual, or people have different paces, is because their activity level. You can lose weight completely without working out, or you can lose weight very quickly by intermittent fasting and working out simultaneously. But it all depends on your activity level. If you are very active, you are going to lose weight a lot quicker than someone who is not as active, because even if you aren't working out, you're still burning calories throughout the day, and you can increase the amount of calories that you are burning just by your activity level. So that means even after you work out. I know losing weight is hard when you are on any weight loss journey, but understand that do what you need to do and go at your own pace. Don't rush, don't try to force yourself to do anything. I highly recommend the 16-to-8 intermittent fasting method because it is the safest to do, especially if you are beginning. If you are interested in doing intermittent fasting, make sure you are educated and make sure you know what you're doing and how to handle your own body. Everybody's body is different, and on top of that, I only speak from my experience and I am not a medical professional. If you guys are interested in what I eat in a day and my life now as a vegan and how I maintain my body and my results after I went on my really big weight loss journey, I would recommend checking out my second YouTube channel. And on top of that, I do have a fasting playlist specifically dedicated to you if you are interested in intermittent fasting and everything that surrounds it. I am going to be developing some meal plans that you guys can have for yourself and that you guys can purchase. You guys can look for more information about that on my website. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.